Lou? You're meant to be in China, mate.
Yeah, it was, mate. I've broken my collarbone.
What happened?
Yeah, I had quite a bad mountain biking accident, mate. I kind of went for the brakes and they just didn't really work and I kind of flew off.
Bit weird, mate. Sounds a bit suspicious.
Sam, you got those wire clippers that I lent you the other day? What did you even use them for in the end?
Such a shame to hear about the accident, Lewis. Real shame, mate. Sorry to hear that. Looks like I've got the gig all to myself, though. Or not.
I was never not going to take this opportunity to step in with Lewis's injury. Here's what's coming up on the show. We take a trip across the border to Hong Kong, where we catch up with local legend Marco Fu. Veteran referee Jan Verhaas reflects on a colourful career spanning over a quarter century. And Lommel finalist Joe Perry becomes the latest to take on the Great British Break-Off.
All that's still to come, but here's a recap of another massive month on the World Snooker Tour.
After doubling his ranking title tally in Firth, Kyron Wilson made it back-to-back tournament wins by becoming Sangsom's 6th Red World Champion in Bangkok. The Shanghai Masters was snooker's richest ever invitational event. Ronnie O'Sullivan successfully defended his crown and banked a cheque for £200,000. Luca Brissell set about defending his maiden ranking trophy, the Evergrande China Championship. But Mark Selby claimed centre stage in Guangzhou, and with the Jester's world number 1 spot under serious threat, a 15th ranking title did him no harm. And after 16 years as a pro, Jimmy Robertson made his breakthrough, becoming D88.com European Masters champion in Lommel, a moment to savour for the Robertson family.
Guangzhou has a very proud sporting history, and no prouder moment really than when they hosted the Asian Games here in 2010. Behind us you can see the stage for the opening ceremony. Across those games, snooker played a huge part.
2 Asian legends met in the final, Marco Fu beating Ding Junhui, and Marco Fu is the man who kicks off this month's episode.
Hong Kong is famed for, of course, its beauty and as a hub for trade and finance, but one of its most famous sporting exports is undoubtedly Marco Fu. The 3-time ranking event winner has inspired a surge in interest in the sport here over the years, so much so that it has a place at the world-class training facility, the Hong Kong Sports Institute. That's where Marco practices, and that's where we're going to go and catch up with him. Marco, thanks for letting us interrupt your practice this morning. It's quite an impressive facility here at the Hong Kong Sports Institute. We've got snooker alongside things like athletics and badminton, and obviously several elite snooker squads here. And I suppose as the most successful player from Hong Kong, you're kind of an inspiring figure for that. How much pride do you take in that kind of role?
Yeah, I think, very proud that, we have these facilities, supporting us, I think it's always nice to come here and practice with the Hong Kong squad, and it's nice to see the ladies and the young players doing very well here as well. I think a lot of it is down to the facilities and the support that we get from the government and from the Sports Institute of Hong Kong, so a big thanks to them. But yeah, it's always nice to come back to Hong Kong and just practice alongside with the Hong Kong squad, and it's nice to see them improving and doing so well, and I would love to share my views on the game with them as well. So yes, it's great.
I suppose the popularity of snooker in Hong Kong as a whole, a lot of it's down to kind of what you've achieved. Do you kind of, I suppose you must take a lot of pride in kind of the fact that people are so keen to see you do well and kind of enjoy seeing you get good results?
Yeah, I think Hong Kong people's always, they love snooker. I think ever since Barry Hearn took snooker to Hong Kong in the 80s, I think we fell in love with the game straight away. I think, every time I go to play in the pro tournaments, they support me, they want me to do well. I think a little bit like James Watana, what James have done for Thailand and what Ding's doing for China. So I'm kind of doing the same for Hong Kong as well. So it's always nice to get support from the crowd, and hopefully I can do them proud in the future.
You've lived during your snooker career in both the UK and here in Hong Kong. I suppose in the UK there's a bit more of a kind of understated fame for snooker players. People respect their talent, but here, you really are quite a famous figure. Is that kind of, I suppose it's a different kind of lifestyle when you here, when you be kind of recognised in the streets more often and things like that? Yeah,
I think because I think Hong Kong is a very small place, and it's not that often then someone is representing Hong Kong and playing in the international level for such a long time. I think so. Lifestyle for me in Hong Kong is very much. I think it's very different compared to lifestyle in Britain. Because sometimes I get recognized on the street, and I'm doing a little bit more off the table as well, promoting the game hopefully. And I think in the UK I can focus on practicing on the table, but here I'm doing a little bit more off the table, so just need to get used to it.
I feel very lucky actually to be working with Marco since 2011 now. We've been working together, and he's, apart from Andy Lee, who's now qualified this year for the Q School, he's the only professional I've been fortunate enough to work with. But I do see that I was so lucky to have picked or been picked to work here in Hong Kong, to work with Marco, because he's ideal to work with. Any ideas we talk about, he's constantly looking to improve. He's very hardworking. There's no accident as to why he's one of the best in the world. He works hard and he works smart. And for a coach, that's like a dream.
I suppose it's not just you flying the flag now. On Yi is a 3-time Women World Champion, and she's also, I know she's won the Best of the Best award, which I think is kind of the equivalent of our BBC Sports Personality of the Year. It must be quite cool to see her getting recognition and getting success on the table as well. Yeah, I think she's definitely given like a lot of things that people in Hong Kong that are very proud of, because she's done very well over the past 4 or 5 years, especially. She's like world champion now, and I think a lot of the youngsters look up to her. So I think apart from me, I think she's I think the most famous probably sports person in Hong Kong. So it's very nice that we have two from the same sport, from snooker, that is doing so well for Hong Kong. I think a lot of people are very proud of us. And just kind of looking at your kind of snooker recently, last season was obviously quite difficult for you with having to undergo laser eye surgery. It's brilliant to see back performing well on the tour now, but were there moments last year whether you worried about whether your career could kind of go on? Or? Yeah, I think last year was a little bit tough off the table, but it's given me a chance to spend a little bit more time with the family, which I haven't done for a long time, so that's the positive thing. But it was a little bit difficult with my eyes. It was a worry. It's still a worry actually, because it's not getting that much better. But just need to, I think, focus a little bit more on the table and just let the nature take care of itself. I think just needs to be patient, and hopefully time will take care of itself and make a full recovery. But it was quite difficult, after the season, the ranking points, I missed quite a lot of major tournaments, especially towards the end of last season, which didn't really help my rankings. But that's just a part of the game. I think in other sports, people going through injuries. I think not so much for snooker, but
just something that we have to deal with. I think we're very lucky that snooker, you can you see the likes of Ronnie and John Higgins and Mark Williams, they're doing so well in their 40s, and yeah, it's just the way snooker is. You know, you can still play to your very best in your 40s, and yeah, just giving me a lot of inspiration, and yeah, just very lucky that I can, you know, play. Hopefully, I can play as long as I can, but not too worrying about the rankings and the rest of it, you know, because I've done okay, you know, in the past, and now it's just a matter of yeah, enjoying playing snooker, enjoying playing on the tour, and competing against the best players in the world.
And just finally, you've come very close in Triple Crown tournaments to getting a win in one of those before, finals in the Masters in the UK, semi-finals in the World Championship. We always hear about what it would mean if Ding brought a world title back to China, but if you were to bring one of those major trophies back here to Hong Kong, how much would that mean to you and the people of Hong Kong?
Yeah, that will mean a lot to me and the people of Hong Kong. But you know, these are the tournaments that we all love to win, but also the most difficult to win. We all know that, and it's not getting any easier with my age and with the standard of play nowadays. So yeah, I think it still remains one of my goals, you know, to win one of the top 3 events. But I know how difficult it is, and I know I need to pay the price, you know, on the table. I need to put in the work, put in the hours, and need to maybe be away from the family a little bit longer in order to achieve that. But I'll give it the best. You know, it's going to be very difficult. I'll probably have maybe 4 or 5 years left in my career to do that, but I'll try my best, and hopefully I can achieve it.
We'll really enjoy watching you try and do it for the rest of your career, and thanks for taking time out to speak to us.
Thank you.
Good to have you back, mate. How's the shoulder?
Oh, cheers. Yeah, it's all right. It's getting there. I was pretty gutted to miss the trip to Guangzhou and Hong Kong.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
it was a shame. It was a shame.
Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, when it comes to snooker, we all know 1992 was a golden year. It was the year John Higgins, Ronnie O'Sullivan and Mark Williams all turned pro. The class of 92 has got another member, though, that you might not be aware of, and he's been involved in 6 world finals.
Funnily enough, I also started in '92. That was my first summer in Blackpool with the qualifiers, and it was the first time where I saw Ronnie and John Higgins and Mark Williams play. And obviously, like I've been around as long as they have, so it's amazing really that they're still here, and it's probably even more amazing that I'm still here and still doing as well as I do. So yeah, my dream was always, like I think. Like any referee, when you start refereeing in the pro ranks, your dream is to referee at the Crucible. Let's try
John Higgins can't believe it. He's been a pro for some...
And then once you've done that, and once you know that you're going to be good enough, then your dream is to referee 1 world final. But to referee 6 is just amazing, really, and you know, I can be very proud of that achievement. I always looked up to Laurie Annandale, referee from Scotland. He helped me so much in my early years. You know, I learned all the ropes from him, really. If I had problems, or if I was, say, marking for him and I saw him make decisions, foul and miss decisions, I always asked him, why did you call that, or why didn't you call that? He always gave me such great advice, and you know, the best advice that he could always give me was, you know, just have discipline and make sure that you always do the right things and stay professional.
48.
Yeah, there's only one thing happening here. Apart from him making a match-winning break,
49.
as he's going for a maximum.
Once you realise that it's there, or that it's, you know, there's a possibility that it could be made, then you also get kind of, you know, excited about it.
Absolutely perfect. He's got to make the angle. He's played it well.
But still, you know, you've got to understand that it's the player that's got to do it, and for you it's just try and control the crowd as much as possible, because you need them players to concentrate, especially when they come to, say, difficult reds or at the final colours.
He's played for the pink in the middle. Is he going to... He's got him! 134. Yes! That was a heart stopper.
But yeah, of course, like I'm a lover of snooker, so every maximum is brilliant, and to referee them is top class.
And he's already punching the air. You've not potted the black yet, Ronnie. Superb! Absolutely superb! There's only one Ronnie O'Sullivan. That ankle, would you believe that? Absolutely fantastic. A maximum.
All eyes are on the players. The eyes are on you normally when it goes wrong or when there is big decisions to be made.
Right, if they're not sure, then honestly, I didn't see it hit. I'm going to stick with my decision then.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not quite sure whether anybody can overrule the referee, but just...
No. I'm going to stick with what I saw, and I didn't see it hit, so I'm going to stick with the foul 7. Okay. Okay.
I think, you know, I've always learned from other referees who were at the top of the time when I started that, you know, like you've got to have the discipline to stay focused. And once you stay focused, then nothing really strange can happen. Obviously, you need bottle to make certain decisions, but they happen as they come. You never think about that beforehand.
We've seen plenty of matches turn around. You just never know in this game.
Another fly, bites the dust.
You know, in my opinion, once you have the discipline to stay in the zone and, you know, keep concentrated and focused, you know all the rules. So if there's, I've always said to the referees, if there's something that happens that I don't know, then I'm 100% certain that the players don't know or the commentators don't know. So the biggest thing for me now is to make sure that the refs that are coming on the scene, that they, I'll give them all my experiences and, you know, all my knowledge. And I hope they all become, you know, great referees and have a successful career like I have had. That's, to me now, is more important than earning more stripes, because I think I've earned my stripes on the circuit. I've done everything. I've met great people. I've seen fantastic places in the world. And I hope that all the referees that now enter the scene will also experience that.
He's a bit of a legend, isn't he, Bahas?
Yeah, those photos are amazing.
Yeah, I bet he was a real sort of smooth operator back in his day, wasn't he?
He looks it. And from one gentleman to another, here's Joe Perry taking on the Great British Break-Off.
That's absolutely shocking. I should get another go. On your own table as well. I should get another go, really. No, it's your own table. I should get 2 goes. It's a foreign table. Yeah. Shut up. Well, who set them up? Oh, that's unbelievable. No, can't start again. Wouldn't set them up properly, they won't touch it. No, I need it.
To tie! Yes! I'm the world record holder!
Break off that was.
Oh, at least I won one of the things today.
Terrible.
We'll call that a 1-all.
Well, 6 isn't bad, but it's going to take something pretty special to beat Ali Carter's 8. Tough challenge, that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a go myself, but not really at the moment. Anyway, before we go, here's a look forward to all the events that are coming up over the next month. The Home Nation Series kicks off in Crawley for the English Open, where Ronnie O'Sullivan returns to play in his first ranking event of the season to defend his title. We're back in China for the Oppo International Championship with a massive £175,000 top prize up for grabs. Then the best of the best face off in Coventry for the Champion of Champions, bringing together all the trophy winners from the last year. And the second event in the Home Nation Series takes us to Belfast for the Northern Ireland Open, where world champ Williams returns as defending champion. And of course, tickets for all those events are available on our website at worldsnooker.com/tickets.
That's it for this month's episode. We'll see you in November.
See you soon.